Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you today with the next session in the Alpha Wolf Personal Development and Expansion series. And this session is going to continue on from yesterday, where we were looking at trying to, how do I become the flow of life instead of, having to dominate the flow of life? So how do I get into the energy of the moment? How do I flow with life and not create resistance in my life? So what we're going to look at today is external observations. So understanding the flow of life, being able to see the flow of my life, the ebbs and flows, like the push and pull, so that I'm able to see and understand how to move forward in my life without needing to know. So it's sort of this understanding that when I understand and comprehend how the energy around me feels, I am able to move with that energy. Should that energy stagnate, I stagnate and I allow it to build momentum. And then should the momentum hit, then movement forward happens. Do you sort of get it? So it's this understanding of in times of stillness, these aren't times of inaction. They are times of charging, understanding, like however you want to see it. Like we can see making a decision as the culmination of energy, which is thoughts. Do you sort of get it? At a certain point in time, our thoughts will build up to where the action is effortless to take. And that's what we're trying to do when we're getting or observing the push and pull of life is that should I always force myself to pull? Well, then I'm trying to push through barriers without the right amount of energy. So inspiration, motivation, emotional connection, all of this. So we understand the flow of life is felt through our heart. It's energy. We feel energy through our heart, through our emotions. Do you sort of get it? So a lot of this has to do around feelings, around emotions. So to be able to observe life for what it is, I must be at peace with my emotions. I must have stability in my emotional state. Otherwise, I am not able to observe the energetic shifts because my energetic shifts are too volatile. Do you sort of get it? Very important to get this. So we understand, should I be in a relationship or meet someone that I'm in love with? Like, if I want to know if I love this person or not, like, all I do is ask my heart, how do I feel about them? And then I listen. If I'm sitting there trying to create narratives and stories around what I feel isn't actually what I feel because my ego dominates, then I'm stuck in this ever like this loop of fear for my ego sitting there trying to think of all the reasons why things aren't real. Do you sort of get it? So when I'm going towards goal achievement, when I feel self-doubt and things like that, and I get stagnant, like if I'm feeling like that, I don't know what action to take moving forward, I ask my heart, and my heart will tell me what I want. Do you sort of get it? Not what I think I want, not what I think I need, what I actually want. So in every moment, I already have the answers to the questions that I may seek because all I have to do is ask them. Do you sort of get it? And then I just have to have a level of willingness, i.e., my ego is a bitch and doesn't know shit. So when it talks shit to me, like, what's the point of listening to it? You're not going to listen to a little fat bitch talk shit to you. And you're not going to believe what they say to be verbatim, but you know what I mean? Like, so you realize my doubts and fears about myself, my personal insecurities are all just bullshit stories made up by some little bitch talking shit. Do you sort of get it? Like it's nothing like difficult. It's not difficult to lose the ego because you just stop valuing the input of the ego. Do you know what I mean? Very important to get this because once you get this, that's the death of the ego, is detaching the codependency on fear, on protection. Do you sort of get it? Then you're just able to observe life. And to put it like this, if you're so afraid while driving of missing a turn and your head is focused in on your navigation screen, it's a lot harder to miss the accidents. Do you sort of get it? If you're so focused in on what you don't want in life, you don't really see life for what it is. Do you sort of get it? You're not looking ahead, you're focused in on what you think you need to protect yourself from, what you think you need to know before you can believe what you think this, that, and the other. Do you sort of get it? You're so focused in on the illusion because the navigation screen is in an illusion. It doesn't show you what's actually happening in life. Do you sort of get it? So that you may not miss the turn, but you're going to miss everything that happens. You're going to find yourself rear-ending someone. You're going to find yourself in a tree. Like, do you sort of get it? So it's this trust that, like, if I know the street I want to turn and I count how many streets up it is, I can drive and count off every street I go. I might get a bit lost along the way, but I can pull over and then check. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not trying to look while I'm driving. So this is the stillness. Do you sort of get it? The stillness is when I observe around and make sure I'm in the right place before moving on with more action. But it's also a way for me to collect and energize myself for action moving forward. I.e., if you're always running, you're going to be the slowest runner. Do you sort of get it? Like you run 365 days a year for 24 hours each day. Like, I don't care how good you get, like the physical exhaustion is going to make you slower than me. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if you don't take breaks to conserve and energize yourself, so we can think about this in terms of creativity, in terms of mental aptitude and focus. If I'm too focused in on one aspect of, for example, my business, I do that at the detriment of the business. So if all I think is marketing, 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 and I don't think about anything else and I don't focus on anything else, yeah, the marketing will be, slightly better, but it's not going to increase anything because the losses felt in the other. So very important to understand this because we don't need to control it. Do you sort of get it? Like when I'm with the flow of life, I don't need to control life. If I understand the direction I want to travel in life, it's not that hard to pick up and navigate. Do you sort of get it? If I'm writing myself bullshit letters and illusions about why I can't self-navigate through uncharted terrain, it's like going hiking and only staying on the trails. What's the point in that? Yeah, you're walking through the woods, but you're not hiking. Do you sort of get it? Like you're not getting the experience because you're not willing to separate from the path. Do you sort of get it? You're the one limiting your experience. So if you're unable to pick up the ebbs and flows of life's energy, if you're unable to, when your life becomes still, find peace within that stillness, like You're on the path. You're just afraid to experience life. Do you sort of get it? Like you're doing it to yourself, saying you're not allowed outside of the path. Do you sort of get it? You're not allowed to experience this and that. So we understand this is when it comes to everything. Should I feel love in life? I can either choose to feel that love or I can choose not to. Like, that's that. Should I ask my heart if I feel love? And it says I do. Like, wouldn't I like choose to believe it? But the ego comes in. So we understand the ego is what creates the resistance against us being able to sit in the flow of life. Do you sort of get it? The ego says, I've been stagnant for too long. I'm stagnant, and starts looking to just take any action. Do you sort of get it? Or the ego says, this is the path I have to stay on. Like that kind of seems a bit counterintuitive. If you self-regulate and limit your life with the idea of sacrificing what you want in life to live a good life, like, do you sort of get it? Like the ego seeks to protect, so I have a better life, and self limits everything that's outside of my control. It just wants to live in a little bubble of control. Do you sort of get it? Freedom isn't found in the bubble of control. The only way to experience and become a part of life is to open yourself up to life, to choose to believe. Do you sort of get it? There's nothing else. So, should I want to feel success and happy in my pursuit of my goal, all I have to do is choose to feel it. If I want to feel like the stillness or the stagnation in my pursuit of my goal is detrimental to my achievement of my goal, I am free to believe it. If I want to feel like it is a rest stop that is, preparing me for the next sort of leg of the journey, like I'm free to believe that as well. Like whatever I choose to believe becomes my reality. So should I choose to self-limit myself? I am free to self-limit myself. I am not limiting anyone else. I am only limiting myself. Should I choose to liberate myself and live in freedom, the freedom to be happy in life without the need to validate that happiness, i.e., you don't get it, you don't fall in love, so to speak, to fucking look good to other people. Like you fall in love for the feeling of falling in love. Like it's pretty funny. But so many people are so focused in on the expectations of others and the imagery to others. And it's sort of like, why would you want to live that way? Trust me, I lived that way for a long time. It's fucking stupid being around people you don't want to be around just because it makes your image look better. But do you sort of get it? When I try and control and do things like that, I cease to be a part of the energy or the flow of life because now I'm trying to say that life doesn't go right, it only goes left. It's not going right, it's going left, even if it's flowing right. Like I can create the illusions, but the illusions are just idiotic because they're pointless. Do you sort of get it? Like, I already know the question to ask for everything. Does this make me feel good? Does this make me happy? Do I enjoy it? Like, do you sort of get it? There's no other question. If I sort of use the lens through that in any turmoil, I am able to self-navigate through because all I do is focus on what I enjoy doing, how I enjoy getting through the terrain. Do you sort of get it? Like it's pretty funny. I can sit there and try and say, there's a mountain in front of me, I have to build a highway through it. Or I can simply just, find a way that's comfortable for me to get over the fucking mountain. Like it's not the end of the world. Like Life isn't about easy. Life isn't about comfortable. Do you sort of get it? Like when you stop expecting the comfortable road, when you stop expecting the safe road, the road that I don't get hurt, and you just accept that hurt is an aspect of life and a part of life. Now I get to enjoy the hurt I go through. Do you sort of get it? I don't just have to go through the hurt that's in this direct line of sight of travel. Do you sort of get it? So, an easy way to understand it is when I expect life to be flat, anytime I come up against mountains, like I'm going to be disempowered because all I want it to be is flat. When I accept in life that life is mountains and my expectation is mountains, like when I hit mountains, my life is still good. Do you sort of get it? If I live my life trying to protect myself, I'm saying that I enjoy the flat, but I don't enjoy mountains. I only want to exist and live in the flat. Do you sort of get it? So at a certain point in time, if I keep reinforcing that belief, every time I feel mountains, every time I have to struggle or climb, it's detrimental to me and causes me to scurry into a bubble. And then I become self-limited in a prison of my own false beliefs. It's a funny thing. Do you sort of get it? So, like, understanding the flow of life is just letting go to that need to determine what it is and just observe what life is and set your expectations based on what situation's in front of you. If someone punches you in the face, that's the exact situation you wanted, right? Like, do you get it? Like, whatever the situation is the good situation. Whatever the path chooses to be is the path. All paths lead to the same destination. Do you sort of get it? The ebbs and flows or the energy is just intention. So we self navigate through our intention. It doesn't matter which way we go, always equal the same result. Do you sort of get it? Like the ebbs and flows in life that I feel when I'm pursuing anything in life are when I feel stagnant, I'm creating bullshit illusions for myself. Because when I feel stagnant, it's when I cannot see the path, when I lose track or sight of the path. Do you sort of get it? All directions go to the path. Do you sort of get it? So I let go to the need to have the right path. And now it's which path do I enjoy walking? And then action forward becomes effortless. Do you sort of get it? It's easy to go after what you want in life, unless you're creating bullshit excuses about why your life has to be flat and why it isn't mountains. The acceptance of it just being mountains is the liberation to now be able to move in every direction and choose which one you enjoy. Do you sort of get it? So, like in life, when I am pursuing a goal, I just focus on how I enjoy pursuing it. Do you know what I mean? There's many paths to the goal that I don't really want to fucking do. So you know what? I don't fucking do them. Do you sort of get it? Like doing everything, trying to control everything is the wrong approach. Pick what you want to do and then do, i.e., in a relationship, it's not about having the perfect relationship. Like you identify what I want to have as the perfect relationship and then you embody it. Do you sort of get it? Like it's pretty fucking basic. But so many people out there have expectations on the external environment that it has to be this, but I don't have to create it. Do you sort of get it? I want to explore in it, like explore and have adventures through life and adventure through life, but I don't want to walk uphill. Like, do you sort of get it? You're self-limiting yourself. So you're only ever able to remain where there isn't difficulty, where there isn't hills. Do you sort of get it? Like, if I go into the environment, understanding that I only control me, so it's about my like physical, okay, and internal state of being connects to the ebbs and flows of life. Like I control me. So should I want a situation to be more positive, I be more positive. Should I want a situation to, be better or whatever? Like I choose it and then I just take the actions. Do you sort of get it? Determine what you want and then take the actions. The ego's a bitch. The ego's the one that tells you that there are right actions and wrong actions. There aren't right or wrong actions. All actions move forward. Do you sort of get it? Like you only control you in life. The liberation of life is the realization I don't need to control anything else because I control me. Do you sort of get it? I have all the power in life because if I don't like a situation, I fucking walk away. Do you sort of get it? If I don't like people treating me certain ways, I fucking vocalize it and say, don't treat me like this. Do you sort of get it? Like, whatever I want in life, I don't control if other people or if the situation goes that way. I don't say it's going to be sunny today and that it has to be sunny. But should it be fucking raining, I put on a jacket and then I pretend it's sunny. I enjoy it. I enjoy the rain, whatever. Like, do you sort of get it? I can create the illusion that because it's raining in the external environment, I must be unhappy. Do you sort of get it? Like in a relationship, it's sort of like saying, like, the expectation that I only trust people who limit and sort of mask who they truly are for a certain period of time before they show me who they truly are. Wouldn't you show people who you truly are from the fucking beginning? Do you sort of get it? Like we have these expectations that in 38 days, I trust this person. If I don't fucking trust them on day one, why the fuck would I give them 38 days? That's how you get fucked over. Do you sort of get it? Like we create these illusions of trust, of safety based on duration or time periods. Do you know what I mean? So I can only feel successful in going towards my goal in year two because I know I've put in the effort. It's not just bullshit. Do you sort of get it? Why not just feel successful from day one? It increases the likelihood, you know, that you get what you want because you're going to enjoy taking the actions towards it. Like if you're saying in love that I can't trust someone for 38 days, so I have to alter and change who I am for those 38 days until I am allowed to feel it. So I'm not allowed to feel it. So it's all an illusion, any feelings I have until that 38-day period. Do you sort of get it? Like it's fucking stupid because then you're creating the resistance within your own life and your own emotional states that create volatility in your emotional states. So we understand that when I let go to that, now I'm able to feel good. And what happens? Well, in a relationship, if you love someone, you're willing to do more for them. So it's sort of like, why am I shooting myself in the foot at the beginning of the relationship, saying that there's going to be barriers of resistance to my willingness to do things for you? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care about you because I haven't spent enough time with you or something like that. And it's all created out of the resistance of fear. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to be misled. I don't want to be lied to. The fun part of life, motherfucking liars act like that. Do you sort of get it? When I use protection or self-preservation, I become blind to true reality and true intentions because anyone who poses as someone who believes what I believe and is all of that, like all they have to do is play the game of waiting it out and then they can fuck you. Do you sort of get it? Like you're allowing anyone to sort of gain your trust over a time period. Like you know in the first seconds, do I trust this cunt or not? Like, do you sort of get it? There's people that they can be around me as long as they want. I'm never gonna fucking trust them. Why? Because I can fucking read their intentions. Do you sort of get it? Like it's funny. Because once we take out this need to control, protect, and know, now I'm able to ask myself, do I trust this person? You know what I mean? Like, based on what I see, based on the evidence, based on what I feel in life, do I trust this person? Not based on, if they stick around for a certain period of time, then I'll trust them. Like, it's a funny thing because trusting others is a reflection of our own trust within ourselves. Do you sort of get it? If I trust myself to be okay, if you punch me in the face, I don't have to worry about you punching me in the face. I don't have to protect myself. I don't have to mistrust people. Because should you punch me in the face, I'm going to smile at you and then punch you back. Like, do you sort of get it? I don't mind. But if I'm always fearing being attacked, and I'm creating resistance in relationships based on that, I'm making relationships a stressful thing. It becomes stressful because it's all that associated fear and focus of what I don't want in life. When I focus on what I want in life, if I realize you're a fucking idiot, it's no stress for me to let go. Do you sort of get it? If I realize you're not the right person for me, it's no stress to let go. Like if if someone's gonna like, for example, disrespect you and like talk shit about you or something like that, and they start acting like that and boasting in front of you, like, is it really a big deal to walk away from them? Like, do you really give a fuck about their opinion? Do you know what I mean? So like, what is there to lose? Do you know what I mean? When we lose the fear, we realize that like safety is not necessary. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't need to be safe. Because should I realize someone's a fucking idiot, I just walk away. Like it's no stress. I haven't really lost anything. Should someone cheat on me and sort of break, an oath, like that's cool. Like, do you know what I mean? They've shown you who they are. They've shown you their intention. Like, there's no need to make up bullshit stories about why it hurts you. Like, do you really fucking respect that motherfucker after they take that fucking action? To me, I become disgusted in that person. And then it's sort of like, I wouldn't touch it with a fucking 10-foot pole. Do you sort of get it? Like, why is it hurtful? Like you just showed me something I just do not want in life. So it's not hurtful because all I want is what I fucking want. Do you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about what I don't want in life. Once I realize I don't want something, I let it go. Fuck that cunt off. Do you sort of get it? But if I'm always focused on what I don't want in life, now I'm looking out for that. And I'm fucking drawing myself straight to it. When you're driving down the road, stare at a tree. The longer you stare at the tree, the higher the likelihood you veer into that tree. Do you sort of get it? Where I focus on, I naturally put myself in environments of that. So if I'm focused on wankers trying to cheat on me and all this bullshit, like I'm attracting more of those cunts into my life. if I have the mindset of fuck that dog, fuck that cunt off, do you sort of get it? Like, it's no stress because the second I get the hint that you retreat, fuck off, cunt. See you later. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm not attached to that person because of time spent together. I'm attached to that person because I enjoy them. Do you sort of get it? I'm not in love with someone because I've been with them for a long time. That's a fucking stupid way. Do you sort of get it? That's how cunts fuck you. Like, I value people based on the merit of their actions, behavior, speech, and all of that, not based on fucking time frame. Like, just because you've known me a long time doesn't mean like you get a free shot. Do you sort of get it? But if I'm creating my bonds of trust based on time frame, the longer you're with me, the more you can fuck me. Do you sort of get it? The more willing I am to endure the bullshit because it's sort of like a service based. Like you've invested a lot of time here. Do you sort of get it? That's why cheating and all of that feels bad. But when you realize I base people based off like their fucking honor, if you dishonor yourself by cheating, fuck off. Do you sort of get it? I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like it ceases to be something that upsets me because it's something that just repulses me. So naturally, like I don't even want to fucking be around it. Like, why would I care? Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a stressful situation. So it's sort of like if someone does something negative to you that you fear in life, like fuck that cunt off. Do you sort of get it? If you go out to bars and you don't like violence and fighting, and there's a lot of violence and fighting, like don't go out to fucking bars. Stop telling yourself you need to go out to bars if you don't like that aspect of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't sit there and try and change the external environment and say, I can change, alcohol and negative behaviors. Like, they go hand in hand because alcohol leads you into your subconscious or your emotional states. Do you sort of get it? When we become emotional, we fall into the illogic of our emotions because our emotions aren't based in logic. Do you sort of get it? So we understand what I fear in life is an emotional response. It's not based in logic. It doesn't really give a fuck if it's a one or a 10. I'm the one creating and saying that it is a 10. Do you know what I mean? Most people think getting cheated on is the worst thing in life. And it's sort of like, where's the stress? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you really want to be with someone without honor? Like, fuck that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. If you wanted to be with someone with honor, like, if someone dishonors themselves, do you know what I mean? It's the lowest thing. It takes away all of their perceived power and value. So you just realize it's how we identify things to how we feel them. When I focus in on someone's actions being directed towards me and reflecting on me, should someone cheat on me, there's something wrong with me. Should I see people's actions being a reflection on them? Should you cheat on me, like you're a very low person. Like you have such a mark against your name. You have shit all over your face. Why the fuck would I kiss you? Do you know what I mean? I don't like the taste of shit. Do you sort of get it? Like, that's the thing, how we define things, how we see them. I don't control other people's actions, I control my actions. So only my actions can negatively affect me. Other people's actions can't. They can only negatively affect them. Do you sort of get it? Like, other people can attack us and, use it as a marker If you're getting attacked in life, don't fucking go to those places. Don't be around those cunts. Do you sort of get it? Or start to enjoy the fight. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm always down for a lose-lose fight. Do you know what I mean? But that's the thing. So we understand this. When I stop trying to protect myself, when I let go to the ego and I stop feeding those bullshit excuses and lies that I can control everyone and that other people's actions are based on me, then I'm free to see what really is. I can observe the environment, I can observe life. If everyone's actions are a reflection on them, well, I can start to really identify who are quality people and who are not quality people. The ones with shit all over their face aren't quality. Do you sort of get it? Like it's pretty easy, but it only becomes easy if I understand the importance of the way in which I classify things. Do I go towards what I want or do I move away from what I don't want? I.e., do I look for what I want in a relationship or do I try to avoid what I don't want? Whichever one I focus on becomes the reality that I create because, like the fucking tree, the longer I focus on it, the more I'm going to hit it. The longer I focus on cunts lying and cheating on me, the more I'm going to draw them in. Do you sort of get it? And oh, they're going to know all the lies to tell. Like it's very, very important. So we realize if I just focus on what I want in life and what I enjoy in life, the second I stop enjoying people, fuck them. Do you sort of get it? Because I don't owe them anything. Do you sort of get it? I don't owe anyone anything. So if they want to take away from my life or they want to use or whatever, like, fuck those dogs off. Do you sort of get it? If I cease enjoying it or enjoying who they become, like, why would I, out of like time served, put myself through negative things? Do you sort of get it? Like, it's not to say that we become the dictator and like everyone's head's on the chopping block, but it's sort of like if people take action that negatively impacts you, like you say, hey, this negatively impacts me, I don't like it. If they want to keep taking that action, then it's just sort of like, fuck off. Do you sort of get it? Like you clarify and give people the opportunity to adjust, or you fuck them off. If they choose not to adjust, they've made their decision. Do you sort of get it? Like, because you realize if they don't choose to change or respect your decision, it shows what they want. People's actions show their intention. Do you sort of get it? Very important to get. Because when we understand this, it becomes fucking effortless to read others' intention, to be able to see sort of the direction the energy is going to flow before it flows that way. Do you sort of get it? When I stop basing my judgments of people based off the ego of what I think I know, and I start observing them for what they are, then I'm able to see the direction they're going to move. It's very good for predicting people. So we use this in fighting. Do you sort of get it? If I observe, so if I'm thinking about all the different combinations and strikes you can take against me, it's very difficult for me to predict what you're going to do. But should I observe your body language? Should I observe your emotion? So your weight position, like distribution. You lean down like this. Do you know what I mean? Should I watch your eyes? It will always broadcast where you are about to strike. And should I be able to collect enough data Well, then I'm able to do an algorithm on a pattern to where if I understand every time you go to throw a punch, you dip down and you dip down, like what I'm able to do is measure out the time from you initiating the dip to you initiating the punch. And if I'm able to do that, then what I'm able to do is as soon as the indicator goes up, bang, you sort of get it? And I hit you before you've even put anything into motion because all of your focus is on your arm. Do you sort of get it? So we understand when I can see the direction of your intention, should I choose to strike at you, I strike as you're trying to redistribute your intention because that's when you're at your most restricted for the environment. When I am taking action into the environment, I cease to observe the environment because I'm so focused on what I'm going to do. So that's a little bit of fun. Do you sort of get it? When we get able to read people's intentions, i.e., their body language, their actions, what they're focused on, it becomes fucking easy. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say I was worried on someone cheating on me, and that person's always on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, talking to other people. Like, you know where their intention is, you know where their focus is. You don't have to be punched in the face to pick up what's about to come down. Do you sort of get it? Like you can tell in people's behavior, but most people don't believe it. So it's like if you put it down then, as soon as you get that feeling that they're about to take action, you just say, hey, if you form that punch, you might hit me once, but it's not going to be a good time for you. Do you know what I mean? And you put people down, not in a negative way, but you lay it down for them. If someone's talking, like let's say, you're a girl and the guy's talking to other girls online, like you fucking say, oi, you fucking do anything, I'm gonna fucking leave you in a heartbeat. So fucking make sure you pull your head in. Do you sort of get it? Like when you're willing to lay down the law, like you're setting the tempo. Do you know what I mean? Like when you say to someone, if you try to punch me, I'm going to knock you out. Like I've told you my intention. Do you really want to punch me? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you really want to go through it? If I avoid it and I pretend like I don't see what I see and I don't take distinctive action when I feel certain things or when I think or, not so much think or believe, but when I get the intuition that someone's focus and attention is elsewhere. Do you sort of get it? Like, but I have to be emotionally stable. Otherwise, if I'm being controlled by fear, then I tend to create problems. Do you sort of get it? So, like, we understand in connection to others, it's not about what I think, it's about what I feel. Because what I feel is my connection to others and how I can predict others. Do you know what I mean? Very important to understand this because it's this understanding that allows us to then lower the resistance that we have in life. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.